I'm trying something new today, and that something new is I actually got ready to do this video. So, I know it's been a couple of weeks since I have put out a video. There was intention behind this, and one of the new things that I want to do with you guys is actually share my process with you. So, from the new moon in Pisces that we had a couple weeks ago, I set an intention. I set aside 3 things in a 2-week portal leading up to this full blood moon. And here's my experience. I chose tarot, communication, and gratitude. So for 2 weeks, I did not touch my vampire tarot. I did not touch this amethyst crystal, which represents communication, in my opinion, for me, and gratitude. Every single day, I spoke gratitude over my life. Now, come the full moon, or the week of the full moon, I had set a boundary for myself with somebody else in confrontation. I set a good boundary. Probably one of the first times in my life that I actually set a decent, good boundary. Next, I honestly thought I was having a heart attack while I was at work. Now, for those of you who know, I have heart problems. I've had 2 open heart surgeries. And heart pain I've experienced before, but this one was different. So I really thought I was having a heart attack at work. And this was the day after, mind you, that I set this personal boundary. Next, I started my moon cycle on the full blood moon eclipse. And it was one of the most painful moon cycles I've had. I have never cried so much in my entire life than starting Pisces season, but also since starting this ritual of communication, tarot, and gratitude. So now that I'm a little bit further out of it, I want to share these insights, these messages with you guys. So we are gaining new perspectives. We are setting solid roots. We are supposed to be planting seeds of intention today. It is the first day of Aries season. Aries, in my opinion, is the beginning of the new year. Depending on what you practice, where you live, this might resonate with you, it might not. Take what resonates and discard the rest. No pressure. Do what feels most right for you. And that's another thing that I had recognized within these last 2 weeks. I'm also going through my Saturn return. And something major that I have realized about Saturn returns is I'm a daughter of the moon. I believe in the triple moon goddess, which is the maiden, the mother, the crone. Okay? I believe that when you experience your Saturn return, which people usually experience 2 in their lifetimes, and the triple moon goddess is the crescent, the full moon, and then the crescent, the waning and the waxing, and the full moon. And I believe that when you turn 28 or 27, whenever your Saturn return starts, it could be 29, you transition from your maiden to your mother, to motherhood. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have children in order to be a mother. It's an energy, it's an essence. That is what I'm speaking about. We truly shift when we are in our Saturn return. And with everything that has been going on, I had to stay silent. I had to take a serious, deep look within myself these last 2 weeks because I invited this energy into my life, this essence, this newness, this new beginning. And it goes in line with the Fool card. I did pull the Fool card today, and this is technically in the future spot of my tarot reading, so which I'll get into. I recognized how important it was to be vulnerable, to trust myself, to trust my intuition, to trust the natural movements of my body. And it took me, yes, 29 years to figure out truthfully how to hold all of my essence. And so since I believe in my life currently, I am moving into the full moon phase of the triple moon goddess, meaning I am learning how to hold and fulfill all of that I am. So some big key factors that has gone into my healing lately, my shadow work, my inner child healing work, my liberation of myself is shame, guilt, perfection. I have recognized so many different things about myself of where I feel shame, where I feel guilt, where I expect perfection from myself. And it's not to say that these are bad things, because it's just the human experience, right? Another thing that I want to feel like I have to say right now too is, who is observing? Who are you? You are the observer of the shame, of the guilt, of the acts of perfection. Yes, you are your emotions. Yes, you are your mind. Yes, you are your body. And at the same time, you are the one observing all of those different energies. So another thing that I have learned to trust in these last couple of weeks is my intuition. My intuition is my gateway. The full moon, the full essence of me, an individual, a being of life in a physical body. We are each given gifts in this lifetime. Every single one of us is given a gift in this lifetime. And I have come to recognize through communicating more than I have ever communicated before about my needs is my intuition. My intuition tells me when to communicate. My intuition tells me when I need to start moving more. My intuition tells me when I need to come on here and share videos with you guys. Someone asked me the other day, how do you know when to post a video? And I told them straight up, which I wouldn't normally do. I said, something else tells me to. Something else literally tells me when I have to share messages with you guys. And I think what I have been learning through, especially these last 2 weeks, is the mind, body, soul unity. So right now, you could be experiencing some of these things as well that I am experiencing, and some of your own authentic energies you could be experiencing too. We don't have to connect with every single thing, but that makes life more beautiful when there is that dissonance, because there's always something to learn. There's always something more to learn. And sometimes it's to simply just let it go. It doesn't matter. You are the observer. Always remember that. I'll probably be posting another video because I wasn't expecting to share for this long about my own personal journey, but I feel as though it's almost a reintroductory into who I am and my spirit and my light and what my purpose, my soul mission is, one of them at least. And it's to communicate these things with those who hear the song in the void. And if that makes sense to you, you are exactly my people. And if you feel you're on a journey of self-liberation, of self-rewilding, of recognizing where you are the observer, how your intuition is working, how you can communicate with all of the seen and unseen forces, you, my friend, are my people.